All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get airborne with our final free full throttle live trade brief for the week. Man, what an epic week it was. Anytime that the announcement for Top Gun 2 comes out, it's just a great week. Everybody see the trailer? I thought obviously the guy's flying a Hornet, best aircraft on the face of the planet. But it kind of looked like a parody. They got him singing again and all sorts of stuff. But it's going to be good. Obviously, it's going to be great. Going to be good for our marketing here. But really looking forward to it. Yeah, exactly. They showed the flying tennis court at the end. They showed the Tomcat. Like maybe they had it put in plastic or deep freeze so he can save the world again. Anyway. Very good week here at Top Gun Options, folks. We are done. At the end of this brief, we're done. We're going to get airborne with our 50 new folks. So I have a special announcement in a couple minutes because we have a handful of slots remaining. So we did our Analyze Your Trade and Debrief yesterday. Take a look at CSX and volatility. Goldman Sachs out with a big note today, a day after we talked about it, saying what? Volatility is stupid cheap. Get long volatility. Glad Goldman Sachs is a member here at Top Gun Options. So today we're doing our weekly options brief. We do it every Monday at 1 o'clock. So Monday I sent out a trade via text and email, and then I was going to do it today to wrap up Full Throttle Week. So we usually do that on Monday, but folks, at the end of this brief, it's mission accomplished. I accomplished everything that I wanted to do. Open up the doors to our squadron to show you what's going on. So here's our regular training schedule every Monday. 1 o'clock is weekly options. Tuesday, you guys had access to the primary live trade brief, and that was awesome. Accelerated retirement Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and then we did Analyze Your Trade and our weekly debrief yesterday. So that's the normal training schedule, folks, and that's what it'll be next week. Okay, not on this slide right here is Solo Amazon. That's a separate service. It's just trading Amazon and XLY. It's not part of Full Throttle. We can talk about that some other time. Maybe I'll open that up on Monday to give people a shot. Amazon's pinning right around $2,000. The short calls that I sold this week, max profit was like $1,900. So very, very powerful to be trading Amazon. So I said, hey, by the end of this week, you're going to believe this, right? Trading's a form of combat. There's a winner and there's a loser, and you're going to be on the right side here at Top Gun Options, right? Look at the methodology that I taught you this week, right? The strategic, operational, and tactical mentality. And that 7-step trade plan, knowing exactly what you're going to do with a trade, when to get out of it for max profit, where do you eject for min loss before you ever get into the trade. And I gave you a free copy of our trade plan. So somebody sent support an email like, hey, how do I get a copy of it? Click over here in the handout section on your little go-to training control panel. It says 3 handouts are in there. The price of those things individually is essentially a monthly membership here at Top Gun Options. So my mission objective was to knock out a week of industry-leading trading and training, open the doors, and showed you why we're the best for any skill level, folks, whether you're brand new to options or you kind of know what you're doing. And you saw throughout the week our current members rogering up and throwing their individual results in the chat box there. So done. Mission accomplished. Special announcement, though. Since Wednesday when we opened, we, as of me jumping on the air here, we have 43 Full Throttle annual memberships. So a bunch of you, I was going to wait until today if we had a couple slots. We do. So you asked, we delivered. If you're a tire kicker, if you're not ready to make that big leap, we're going to open up 7 monthly memberships. Now, you can upgrade into annual whenever you want. I'm telling you that's what you're going to do. Personally, as a business owner, I want you to do a monthly membership for the rest of your life. It's stupid because it's more expensive. So if you want, annual's the way to go. But if you still want to kick the tires for a couple months, if after a week you can't figure it out, I'll leave it up to you. But click on this image. So you see where it says $19.95, $24.99. Just click on that image, and this is the page with the monthly memberships. Full Throttle defensive is $195, offensive is $245, and then Full Throttle Max, everything we do in Full Throttle is included in that one for $295. Okay, so I'll put that link in the chat box to go directly to this page if you want a monthly membership, month to month, each month. Obviously, if you do the math, folks, the annual membership is cheaper right? But obviously the month to month is more expensive. Credit card fees, processing fee, all that stuff like that. So we don't need it, you do. But if you need more time to kick the tires, or just need to get some scratch together, there you go. 7 of those, and I guarantee you those will go pretty quickly, because we had at least 10, 15 people emailing support asking for, hey, do you have month to month options? And Susie's answer was, if we don't have everybody right by Friday. Okay. So very, very fired up for that. Yep. Yeah, the link's in chat box there. Absolutely. Thanks, Robert. If you want to learn options trading, this is the place. I believe it. Robert, big professional guy, been around the world, has a lot of worldly experience, son serving our country in a great capacity. So I appreciate that, Robert. And he's the guy that's been Johnny on the spot with a lot of the stuff. He's shared his trade plan and stuff like that. So. Daryl, just shoot us an email. They should automatically download. Usually, if you have a pop-up blocker, it might be the issue. But yeah, the manuals should be showing up there. Okay, let's get going, because we have a lot to do. Yep, you bet. You're welcome. Absolutely. I mean, I prefer to get people who want annual memberships on board first, because it shows their level of commitment. But if you want to kick the tires for a couple months, I trust me on how many times through. I was going to crunch the data, but it seems stupid to do it. Anecdotally, 2, 3, 4 months from now, you're going to call us. It seems like it. Like, hey, can I upgrade into an annual? Of course. How about the word tredge that you learned this week? A trade that's used as a hedge. I'm going to cover in a couple minutes what Goldman Sachs had to say today about volatility, and they're a day after we did it. All right, so let's get going. All right. Let's first thing we have to cover. Let's cover that I sent out everybody, not everybody, only my members. Only sent it out to current members, but I got everybody get their text alert with the so the text. You know what? And that's the second time this week that this happened. My text came a minute after the after my Gmail. So Gmail is quicker. There it is, guys, right there. There's my weekly options bear call spread text alert. At 12:10. Look at this. So this came out at 12:00. I got this at 12:09. My text came at 12:10. Isn't that awesome? So there it is. This is exactly what it looks like when you become a member. Weekly options members. Today's EWZ spread is when I sent the alert out is up $1,700. It's up 76%. Actually, let's see what it is right now. That's down a little bit. It's up 68%, $1,400. I'm obviously holding this one into the close, guys. This is a no-brainer. I think we're going to sell off into the close. I'm going to give you a couple reasons. But look at this. This trade has a 72% probability of expiring at the close here for a profit of $2,240. If you got to go early drinking on Friday, or you're going to happy hour, or you're leaving the office early, or whatever, and you can't watch this, close it now, right? Steve Miller, go on, take the money and run. Okay, if I don't know, there could be some mystical buy order into the close on Brazil, and this thing go up. And as I'm talking about it, it's up 76%, $1,700. Obviously, as we get into the close here, folks, what do we get? Every second that I'm talking to you, what do you get with this trade? You get theta. As soon as I said the word theta, I made money. I just made money again and again and again. Every second that's going by into the close, we're making money with time decay and theta. So I'm not going to sit here and show you that, but you'll learn when you get in. So send out the email with the new trade. I'm going to keep the love alive here, and we might actually leg into an iron condor on EWZ. Let me bring this up. So we love trading EWZ. It's the Brazilian ETF, trading it about 7 to 10 years through the World Cup, through the Olympics, through the election of Bolsonaro, the impeachment of Dilma. I know a lot that's going on down there. I got a lot of buddies who trade the Bovespa, the Miami Stock Exchange opening down here, a lot of Latin America stuff. So I know a lot of what's going on. But I sold another bear call spread out the next Friday. Okay, and I'm filled on this trade. Looks like Kevin got filled at 13. So keeping the love alive here. EWZ tends to run channel. Okay. The other reason I'm looking at this and not doing a U.S. equities trade is what? Is because it's crazy out there right now. We got another week of earnings next week. I want to kind of sit on my hands as far as a weekly trade with that. But here's the trade that I sent out to my members, is out to next Friday. Okay. Let me bring up the order ticket. So selling 150, and again, and who is it? Jack? Jack, I got your email there. I get that not everybody can trade, larger contracts or stuff like that. Jack, the point of this is you're getting the eavesdrop. I'm showing you what I potentially am doing with a $100,000 model portfolio and what I would position size. So the if you don't have that large of a portfolio, you scale down the contracts as appropriate. If you want to risk $2,500 as your max risk, you do 75 contracts. You want to do 1,750 in risk, you do what? So, 42 contracts. Can't tell you what to do. But this trade with 150 contracts risks 5,700 to potentially make 1,800. That's a good risk to reward ratio, right? But here's what I could do to mitigate the risk. Because like I just said, I think it's going to be range bound. We're going to hang out the next Friday. We could throw on a bull put spread, right? I showed you this the other day, legging into an Iron Condor and Raytheon, right? So we could put a bull put spread on down here. We have a bear call spread down here. And instead of risking $5,700, we'll risk about $3,700. Okay, I'll do that Monday. Not going to do that today. Already given away way too much free stuff this week. I'll do it Monday. We'll leg an Iron Condor Monday in the weekly options brief. Hey, real quick heads up. When you become a member, underneath the member content tab right here, go over to getting started. Okay, so please watch this getting started video. It goes through our flight schedule. It goes through the text alerts, the emails. It tells you where all the content is, how to get your manuals. Please, please, please. Our support folks end up getting bogged down in emails, and what they should really do is just respond with, watch the training video. Watch this getting started video, folks. It gives you your welcome aboard brief, okay? So please don't email support with a question that is covered in this video, okay? It saves us a lot of time. So once you get your password to log in, make sure you watch the getting started video, okay? All right, so I'm filled on that trade. Looks like a bunch of other folks are getting filled as well at 13 cents. 13 cents is a penny better than I got. So good on you. Let me bring up. No. Yeah, and the weekly options model portfolio, folks, is up $3,300 month to date. There is a full throttle annual max membership just in weekly options trades, just in this portfolio. Very, very happy with what's going on there. Okay, so weekly options is usually a 30-minute brief, but I want to cover some high-level strategic stuff here. Really interesting article yesterday, and I briefed you on this, probably a year ago. And now it's finally getting into the media. The F-35 has already freaked out Iran and changed everything in the Middle East. You know why? What did I tell you a year ago? I told you that F-35s are flying over North Korea and Iran, and nobody sees them. So Turkey, the new radical Islamic Republic of Turkey, did what last week? Horrible strategic choice. They bought the Russian S-400 air defense system. You know who has the Russian S-400 air defense system? Iran. You know who's been flying their F-35s from Israel to over the capital city of Iran, Tehran? Israel. Israel's been flying let's just say that they've flown their F-35s over Iran, and they've maybe sent pictures of the targeting pod, like on the Ayatollah's car, saying, you'd better not get a nuke. Very, very interesting. So yeah, nice job, Erdogan, Prime Minister Erdogan of Turkey, going for the Russian S-400 missile. Because let me get this straight. You're a NATO member, so you want the F-35, but you're getting a Russian air defense system. Do you really think we're that stupid? So we're going to give Turkey F-35s to go run to give to Russia? It's ridiculous. So anyway, I thought that was interesting yesterday. Iran, of course, today denies that we shot down a drone. We shot down a drone yesterday, folks, with a directed energy weapon. The USS Boxer is an amphibious ship. Buzz, you missed the trade. Could someone type it out for me? Buzz, you should have gotten an email and a text if you're a member. If you're not, maybe I'll put it up at the end. I got to move. So Iranian state TV, they did seize that oil tanker yesterday. The USS Boxer did what? A directed energy weapon. It's part of a MU, a Marine Expeditionary Unit, or a MAGTF, Marine Air Ground Task Force. Next week, actually, Thursday, Matthew and I are flying up to Beaufort. Well, we're flying into Savannah to drive up to Beaufort Marine Corps Air Station to see my buddy Shrek, who's a Top Gun options member, to go see the F-35. But directed energy weapon shot down a drone. Iran today. You didn't shoot down any of our drones. Yeah, okay. And of course, some idiots in this country, like part of the squad, believe we're like shooting down our own drones to maybe get into war with Iran. Does anybody not remember what Donald Trump ran on? He ain't no war hawk. He actually threw John Bolton under the bus, a couple weeks ago. Like, if this guy had his way, we'd be in war all over the place. Trump ran on getting us out of wars. So don't accuse this guy of being a war hawk. Actually, I think he's giving diplomacy a chance. But what I'm getting at, folks, yesterday afternoon when I got a bunch of texts, and before it even hit the news, I knew we had shot one down. The market's done nothing. Volatility's up a little bit, but we're shooting down aircraft of other countries, and the market doesn't care. The market will care when it cares. Oh, yeah, I wish. The F-35 is too advanced, man. I'm too old. You can't teach this dog new tricks. Covered this. Not going to beat a dead horse, but FXI is. Let's bring up FXI for today. So a little bit of rumors that they're going to be doing some easing. Everybody in their FXI bull put spread that we covered this week. We covered a bull put spread, maybe even a burner trade, buying some calls in FXI. So the FXI trade's looking nice. Everybody give me a hell yeah if you're making money on FXI. Dennis, I'd still get into it. Even if you didn't get into it, I'd maybe roll the spread up 50 cents. That's a great looking trade. So anyway, so good stuff. Even though, and Mnuchin did what? Phone call yesterday. Did anybody see a new? I've been looking all morning. Went to gym, looking at my intel. There was no news out that there was anything good. Right? There was no news out that there was anything good in the phone call. That's not good, folks. If there was something good, you would have heard about it. Right? VXX trade is out the next Friday. All right. So slow growth we covered. Here, let me get to the main point that I wanted to get to. So U.S. stocks climb amid hopes for a rate cut. These are the two headlines to do what? The two headlines that it cracks me up. U.S. stocks implode on fear of China trade. U.S. stocks climb on hope. That's what drives the market, ladies and gentlemen. Hope and fear. So we're up a little bit today on what? What happened yesterday? The New York Fed. This is stupid. The Fed and Jerome Powell, are doing a lot more press conferences because they want to be clear in their communication. They don't want markets guessing about stuff. I think they need to go back to Jerome Powell and what's her name? Or I'm sorry, Bernanke and Grandma Yellen. I think they should go back to not talking as much. So the New York Fed chief came out yesterday afternoon in a speech and more or less said, he implied like we're going to go big in a couple weeks. What happened like 10 minutes after his remarks? The Fed came out and walked back what he said. But a Fed spokesman soon walked back the comments, causing confusion over where policy is headed. So what did Trump do today on Twitter? And he said it in a thing. You ready? I like New York Fed President John Williams' first statement much better than his second, meaning yesterday when he said, because he kind of said, he implied that they went a little too quickly in October. But the president is wrong here, and I call the president out when he's wrong. His first statement is 100% correct in that the Fed raised far too fast and early. Also must stop with the QT, right? Not QE. We're talking about QT. QE was what? Ben Bernanke pumping $85 billion a month into the market. QT is unwinding that, which is keeping equities down. So we are in a world competition and winning big. So this is the other reason, ladies and gentlemen, that I would look at, that we looked at that trudge out to next week. Asa, I hope you're on there. Asa and I just did a quick coaching session because I think the Fed's going to disappoint, and not only, or it might not disappoint, but it might be a sell on the news, folks. How many of you don't think that a 25 to 50 basis point cut is in this rally right now? Of course it is. That's why we went up. Jerome Powell sitting in front of the Senate and the House. Uber Dove. We went up. It's already in here, folks. So the Fed having to walk back. The New York Federal Reserve, folks, isn't, no offense to people in St. Louis or something, or like the Milwaukee Fed, whatever, some of the smaller ones. This is the New York Fed. Remember little Timmy Geithner under Obama? This is a big Fed. And this dude's saying, rather, Williams said the Fed, when confronted with an economic downturn and interest rates close to zero, should cut quickly and aggressively. So the president lambasting another Fed dude today. This is, I think it's a sell on the news event in a couple weeks. So what did Goldman say today? Goldman Sachs. The low volatility makes what? No sense in light of what's coming. Let me get a hell yeah if you've heard this from me this week. When even the otherwise bullish Goldman Sachs says that something wicked this way comes and that the VIX is far too low for the coming close encounters, it probably makes sense to listen. I'm going to cut these words out and put whiz at Top Gun Options. We beat these folks into this stuff, guys. So, and this was today. This is Rocky Fishman. He's their derivatives quant. The VIX is way too low. What did I teach you this week? When vol is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. How many of you listened to me and got long volatility this week? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, to do this. Not telling you what to do. I'm saying I'm doing this. Everybody give me a vertical head nod. Okay? Prez got to play. Yeah, Arthur, we'll talk about Amazon on Monday. I just want to talk bold. We have our weekly options trade. We got 7 minutes left in weekly options, so I'm talking overall market stuff, because if you didn't get long volatility, I like to tell TGO members that when you hear me say these words, this is nuts, I want you to stop clubbing in the Bahamas or doing whatever you're doing. When you hear me say this is nuts, is what? You need, the VXX. Well, Harry, you should have gotten out of it, right? That VXX spread was very, very profitable this morning. VXX went down a little bit and it's trading all over the place. You got to close the trade when it hits your profit target, man. You needed to get out of it when it was profitable. So, Sandeep, should we not have? I covered that trade yesterday, guys. I put on a new bullish spread out to August 2nd. That was that trade. This is on the replay page, folks. I'm not showing the trades to non-members. I stopped doing that here, full throttle. You guys can watch the replay. It's a lot more work for me for folks who aren't members, which I already do. So you have got to be long volatility. Look at the things that Goldman Sachs brings up. Monetary expectations. What did I just say? I think the Fed is going to let us down. What did Goldman also say? Earnings. I told you earnings are crappy. U.S.-China trade war, we've talked about. And our fiscal policy. We have a debt ceiling where Mnuchin and the Speaker of the House are starting to play footsie. What is not written in here, folks? Iran. Now, I get it's Goldman Sachs and, they're looking mainly financial stuff. But, folks, we shot down a drone, one of their drones. They shot down one of our drones. They stole a UAE oil tanker. They've blown up 4 other oil tankers. Does anybody care? One more time, I'm going to say this so you learn it. So even if you don't become a member, I've helped you some way this week. The market only cares when it cares, which means you should care earlier than the market. Breaking news, the USS Boxer was hit by a suicide boat. Sailors killed and Marines and the boat sinking. You think the market's going to go up on that news? You think vol's going to go down? No. Think strategically, operationally, and act tactically. That's what you should have learned this week. I am constantly talking to my buddies in certain places, and they're shocked. I have buddies on the tip of the spear who trade, and you can trade from the middle of the Arabian Gulf, folks. But they're just as perplexed sometimes as I. Like, if you guys only knew what was really going, and they can obviously say a lot via electronic means because Uncle Sammy's listening, and it's for operational security. But guess what? When my buddies are like, dude, the fact that and they use my own words back at me, like, you're right, the market ain't caring right now, but it's going to. I'm like, oh, I love getting that type of text. So in addition to Goldman Sachs telling its clients to get long volatility today, I told you, and I told you earlier in the week. One more time, I'm going to say this. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. I told you earlier in the week, the best day to buy hurricane insurance in South Florida is today. It's beautiful out, the sun's shining, not when there's a tropical depression over, the Bahamas coming this way. It's not too late. You can still do it, right? Volatility spiked, volatility really spiked. Is it too late to get long vol whiz? Nope, it's going higher. We actually did that back here. Each time this thing spiked, I'm like, dude, there's still more room for this to run. Volatility today at 1353 is cheap, get long volatility. Nelson, how far out? I covered this trade yesterday, folks. You gotta watch the replay from yesterday, or I'll be a nice guy here. It was under analyze your trade. Okay, so folks, if you're not a member, you're not going to get access to any of this stuff, folks. So you need to sign up. Okay, we're done. We're kind of done with the free stuff, but here's me being a good guy. This is the VXX trade out the next week. It risks $49.50 to make $2,600. So that's on the screen. Okay. Buzz, thank you for this past week's EWZ. What a nail biter, but it came back beautifully. That's exactly right, Buzz. Guess what I'm going to teach you here at Top Gun Options, right? What are you going to learn here? Just like all my members this week have put in the chat box. What is our motto here? Discipline, risk management. That's how you get superior execution. If you prematurely ejected out of that trade, you lost money. Exactly. Tamara said patience. Folks, a lot of you are, one of the reasons you're a very tactical trader is because you're not thinking strategically or operationally. You're looking at it tick by tick and, oh my God, it's red. I got to get out of it before and now it's at max profit. Discipline, right? I care where the trade is, when it's going to expire. I'm going to teach you all this stuff, folks, but a lot of people are way, way too tactical and they over trade, and that's simply not what you should be doing. Okay, so don't over trade, man. Stay disciplined, and you'll be looking great. Now we're up $3,800 month to date. Okay, so there you go. The EWZ bear call spread 16 up $1,700, 84% return. So there is a what? There is a full throttle defensive annual membership, folks. Okay. Well, it's tough when you've been in a stop loss mindset with equity positions. Jeff, exactly. But guess what you got to do? You got to retrain yourself. I told you Monday night during my welcome aboard brief that I built this program after Navy flight training. Navy flight training was designed to take somebody who's never even seen an airplane and turn them into a steely-eyed killer flying off the pointy end of an aircraft carrier. I also told you that I had a guy who flew corporate before I want to go serve my country, be a Navy pilot. He had 6,000 hours in a Learjet. The dude almost failed out of flight school. Why? Because the Navy instructors were like, that's not how you fly. Well, it is. I flew 6,000 hours. Really? This is how do you fly? After him almost getting booted out and having to retrain his mind, now he ended up no, he got Hornets. He was a Hornet guy. East Coast, I was West Coast. So you're right. It might be a little bit hard as an equity, but guess what? That's the discipline. That's the risk management. So and we'll also talk about this, Jeff, is that what? Exactly, Jeff. The commit criteria is the part that holds you in. So yeah, just bringing some good stuff up here. Let me show you what Jeff's saying. Because that's exactly right. Jeff's nailing it. So what did I teach you this week? Monday night, we did it Tuesday. I taught you about commit criteria. Why am I committing capital to this trade? Why am I in it? You have to have 3 to 5 sentences as to why you're getting into this trade. And if it's going against you, you go back to that commit criteria. Where's my it's over there. My leather binder. I write my trades out, folks. Some people type it in an Excel sheet. No, going from your mind to your hand to a pen to a paper, and then me looking at it Friday morning going, hey, this is why I got into this. Is this still valid? Yep. Is it still valid? Nope. Get out of it. Okay. Jeff kept me in the VXX yesterday when it was swirling after I put it on. I stayed in it, and then what happened after the close yesterday, right? I go to the gym, I'm working out. Now this trade's up 1900. I go to the gym yesterday afternoon, breaking news, drone shot down, and I'm like, oh, well, volatility should be up today. Okay. So really good stuff, guys. A lot of good stuff this week. Weekly options is only about 30 minutes. I'll tell you what, a lot of you, so like I said, on our flight schedule there's something, well, it's not missing. So you're in full throttle right now. Monday afternoons, we do weekly options at 1 o'clock, and then we do our newest service is called Solo Amazon. The only thing we trade in that is what? Amazon. I teach you that might be the only stock you ever need to own again in your life. So I'll tell Susie maybe to open that up as just kind of a final, if you guys are maybe interested in that service. If you signed up for Full Throttle, you are not in Solo Amazon. It's called Solo Amazon. It's its own standalone service. It is not part of three of the Full Throttle here. So Graham, China debt is 3 times GDP. Watch the market start to care about China debt in the next 6 months. China has been selling. You're right. China has been selling U.S. bonds. Now are at the lowest level in 10 years. Trade tariffs are hurting big time. Keep it up, Trump. Exactly. Yeah, we're doing some good work in the trade war. That's the other reason I am bullish on FXI for some liquidity. I'm bullish on the PBOC in the next week or so, adding some stimulus, getting a pop out of FXI, and then pounding it into the dirt. We're going to dogfight FXI, and we have been. We've been having a blast trading FXY. Very happy with that. But like I said, not pictured on this screen is Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. We do the Solo Amazon service, okay, right before the close. That's Solo Amazon. It's a separate service. Maybe I forgot about that it's not in Full Throttle. Maybe I'll open that up to you guys just to in case you want to add that. If you're in Full Throttle, I'll show you how to add it on Monday. How about that? Yeah, I can review that real quick since we're at the end here. Before I head out, I'll get this replay posted from weekly options here, but we do have monthly memberships available. 2 of you just signed up for the 245, so there are only 5 left. There are 5 monthly memberships here. Monthly memberships are here, and like I said, we get our 50 and we get airborne, which is good. And we won't do this again. I think checking with the marketing guy, he said October is our next Full Throttle. So if you don't get on board now or Solo Amazon on Monday, maybe we'll see you out in October. But yeah, I'll somebody first asked about the new EWZ spread, and it's right here. Let me show you. What I got, Phil? Oh, good. I'm up $150, $300. Sweet. FXI is going down. So this is it. Okay, this is the This is the bear call spread out the next Friday for EWZ. Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock, maybe I'll look to leg into an iron condor on this, maybe with a bull put spread. I want to wait the weekend. I love the weekends, man. Obviously, spending time with my family, but Sundays, well, I don't call it work. I'm very passionate about this stuff. I love it. Read my journal, sit at the beach, phone calls as I go for a run, talking to the weekends when you kind of get your mind right for what's coming and what's ahead. So because a lot of noise this weekend, this market, an hour in this market is a lifetime. I mean, every time, let's go to the White House for the president talking about National Park Service, and of course he slams the Fed or whatever. So it's a very, very tactical thing now. So Kevin, FXI bull put spread up 60%. There you go, folks. So we've covered what, 4 or 5 trades this week, all of which could have already paid for your annual membership, Full Throttle Max. So I don't know at this point what else I can do to get you to be a member. So I'm not going to waste my breath anymore. If you want to get on board, great. If not, maybe we'll see you some other time. But yeah, even the spread that we just put is at, well, it was at 11 cents. Okay. So yeah, Monday afternoon, weekly options at 1 o'clock. We'll look to leg and iron condor to offset our risk. We'll just see what's going on here. Yeah, exactly, Tim. He should be. You have his own big pool. We'll get the pool guy signed up. For guys, for if $195 isn't in your budget, don't be trading, man. Put it in a Folgers can in the backyard. $195 gets you in our defensive monthly, and that's 4 live trading services. Solo Amazon, let me give you a little bit of a hint. Solo Amazon is $97 a month. So, but we'll cover that Monday afternoon. I'll open it up to Susie, or tell Susie to open it up to the Full Throttle folks. Yeah, like I said, folks, Full Throttle. I already showed you the slide. One more time, folks. Solo Amazon. Hence the name Solo Amazon. It's because it's the only thing we trade in there, but it's not part of Full Throttle. So if you just joined and you want to join us Monday afternoon for Solo Amazon, I'll give it to you. So I was listening to a webinar and they say China will wait Trump's other term. No, I wait Trump out. Harry, they might. They will be dealing with a revolution if they wait Trump out. I just, their economy. You will have another Tiananmen Square. You saw what happened in Hong Kong a couple weeks ago. That might happen in China if their economy keeps sucking. They're leaving, folks. That people are running to Vietnam now. People were, or companies were fleeing China to go to Vietnam anyway. Why? Because it's the cheapest place to do business. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, everybody was leaving America to go to China because it was cheap. Now Vietnam's cheaper than China. Money's fungible, folks. Money's liquid. It goes to where it's best utilized, right? So it's going to go to Vietnam. So they were leaving anyway. So they can try and wait him out, and the president. That's why we're going to trade the hell out of FXI. There's no CEO of FXI. There's no fundamentals. There's no earnings. There's no dividend. It's a headline-driven ETF. So we're going to trade the hell out. We have been trading the hell out of it for serious profits, man. Every once in a while we'll get blown out, but man, we are printing money with FXI. So I like the bull put spread being up 60%. I hadn't looked at it yet today, Kevin. So thanks for the heads up. Let me take a look at FXI. Folks, there has to be some stimulus. There has to be some stimulus, and FXI is going to pop, and then we're going to pound it into the dirt, man. Can you put up the pricing again? Yeah, you bet. 1 second. And then I got to get going. I have one more. I think John or somebody else has a coaching session in a little bit. Obviously, the annual memberships are up here at the top 3. 85% of our members, 85% of our members are Full Throttle Max. These are the monthly ones down here. 195, 245, 295. Okay. All right. So, any other further questions? Like I said, we're going to get airborne. Mike, if that's you grabbing a slot, that'll be 4. There will be 4 monthlies left, and then we're closing the doors. Sandeep, can we get a trial for Amazon? The answer is no. We don't do trials here. I don't deal with people who are half pregnant. So you can get a membership into the Solo Amazon service. Here, I'll put it up. If you're in, if you want to get your slot and go see what we're doing, you can go see the trades and everything we have in Amazon. Knock yourself out. It's $97 a month, or I'll give you a 25% discount down here. See, this is $97 a month. $897 annually. Here, let me throw this up here. Daryl, why are you up 60%? I didn't say I'm up 60%. I said Kevin is. Why are you up 60%? And I showed 25. Maybe because you got filled at a different price than Kevin. It's a market, folks. It depends on what your fill price is. So here's the Solo Amazon link, guys, since a lot of people are asking about it. If you got a Full Throttle slot and you want Solo Amazon, you have to get it. It's right there. If you haven't gotten your full throttle and you're just interested in solo Amazon, I didn't expect to do this today, but there you go. People ask, I'll give it to you. But we'll do it Monday. If you get your solo Amazon now, you can go into the member section here and go look at. I would get the base trades on. See, I didn't even. You can tell I'm horrible about marketing but here's all of our. Look at this, man. I finally got filled on my base trade last week in Amazon synthetic stock out to Jan of 2021. And I sold, look at this. Look at this, man. Out the next Friday, I sold one 2060 call for about $3,000. That thing's up $1,500 this week. Could you imagine just selling short calls against one contract in Amazon? 52 trading weeks times $1,500 just in short calls. That's potentially $78,000 in income. That's awesome. So here's solo Amazon, but we also trade, and again, I didn't expect to be giving you this speech. I'll do it Monday afternoon. We also trade XLY. I thought it was solo Amazon. Wiz, guess what? If you are creeped out about Wiz, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I've heard that's from day one from Wall Street folks. They're lying to you. First of all, they want you to diversify for why? Because back in the days, they charge you $300 a trade for a commission. Right? No. You don't have to diversify, folks. When the one stock you own in your portfolio, I have a buddy who's an Apple market maker. He doesn't even know a stock market exists. Apple goes up, he's bullish on it. Apple goes down, he's bearish. Apple moves sideways, he's neutral. We'll talk about this all on Monday, but folks, we do trade XLY because it's an ETF, and guess who the largest holding in that ETF is? 25% of the XLF is Amazon. So if you can't afford, an Amazon long-term bullish trade, use XLY as a good proxy. So the solo Amazon service, we trade just Amazon and XLY. Does that make sense? I love that, Richard. Thank you for reminding me he said that. And what did Warren Buffett say about Amazon? Richard, he said, I'm an idiot for not buying Amazon sooner. We've been in Amazon since it was like the dude was on a card table packaging stuff. So Richard says Buffett says diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. You put it right through the bullseye. Mark, solo Amazon is every Monday at 3 o'clock. It's not on this slide because it's not part of Full Throttle. It is solo. So right here, 3 p.m. So everything you see on the screen down here is the Full Throttle program. Solo Amazon is Mondays at 3. Okay, so if you go get your slot now, you can get in here and look at all the trades we have on right now. Okay, the ones that have expired, the base positions, how to do a base position, everything's in here. This service has been fantastic. I've changed a lot of people's minds, right? This is just, so get in here. $97 a month. My role, you can trade small positions. If $97 is what you can crank open, I would do the solo Amazon service. That's a no-brainer. Oops, hang on. Where the hell did the page go? Duh. Right here. Go.topgunoptions.com/solo. And if you do today, you get a 25% discount on an annual membership. I didn't think I'd be doing this, but you guys ask, I'll hook you up with it. It's in the chat box right now. What is included in the defensive track? All right, Ed, let me go. Let's cover that. So the defensive track, ladies and gentlemen, you get the 8 live Full Throttle training sessions. 8 sessions we're going to start in a couple weeks. It's a lot of work on my part. It takes you from zero to hero. It takes you from this is the market, these are options, all the way up to advanced tactics. You get that. You get your 3 skill-based training manuals. You get the primary live trade brief every Tuesday. You get the urgent alerts if I see one, and you get the debrief that we did yesterday. And the defensive track. So you get all this, go over here, and you get access to that Wednesday brief, which is called Accelerated Retirement. That was my worst performing portfolio last year. It was my embarrassment. You know why? It was only up 101%, $110,010. That's the defensive track. All this stuff and AR, accelerated retirement. Offensive is all that stuff and the weekly options brief, which you're in right now. And obviously, as the name implies, Full Throttle Max is all this stuff plus these two, weekly options and AR. This is the best value, folks. Max Afterburner, either the monthly or the annual. Sweet. Okay, Jill. Well, then there's 4 monthly membership. Or no, you said you got an annual. Great. Okay, good. Better late than never. So, yeah. So if you want to start out defensive, hey man, these weekly options are kind of tactical, and I'm not ready for them yet. Great, go with the defensive track. However, folks, I am going to tell you, you should do the weekly options package or Max Afterburner. Why? Because we do this brief every Monday at 1. And guess what I'm doing every Monday? I'm setting up the week, man. The weekly options brief is 30 minutes. It's action-packed and tactical, but I'm giving you kind of, hey, man, here's what I learned over the weekend. Here's what's going on. So the weekly options brief, even though it's quick, it's pretty high speed, and you guys can learn a lot in that. So, some people just get on board with the defensive, and we're good to go. And like I said, if you want to, kind of dip your toe in the water, so to speak, do the solo Amazon brief, and I think we might be good, man. I think you might only be able to join that one because we just got, so Jeff, there's Jeff finally. Yep, I think we're good, man. Richard, welcome aboard, Richard. Okay, awesome. Sweet, I think we're good. All right, well, this is going to come down, and now you have one choice. You got to go do solo Amazon. Jeff hit his TOT. I have the solo Amazon, and I think we'll add the defensive. Awesome, Ed. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll one more time, guys. Yeah, here's the solo Amazon. Well, this is the member page. This shows you if you do solo Amazon right now, get in here and look and watch this week's brief, man. Why? Because I finally got filled on my Jan 21, my uber bullish long-term Amazon trade. This is the trade I would do today. And I'm going to tell you this right here. What is this? July 19th at 1:47 p.m. Listen to me. I predict by the time I close this one contract on Amazon, it's up probably $100,000. Well, let me give you a bid and ask. This trade with one contract, by the time I close it in 1.5 to 2 years, will be up 75 to 100 grand in profit. I actually wrote this down Monday in my trade journal to remind myself. How many of you would like to be up 75 to 100 grand in one trade? Okay. The answer is obviously yes, everybody. So, but look down here, guys. You got to watch the replay and watch the trade. One contract in Amazon to do that trade was about 12.7. But guess what? That's why it's called solo Amazon. All right. You know what? I'm dancing on the carpet here. We can do this Monday afternoon. I got a coaching call in about 12 minutes I got to get ready for. Do solo Amazon. Okay, do solo Amazon. And especially with the earnings next week, we have a lot to talk about. David, thanks, Matt. I'll be joining the solo Amazon, taking those profits to roll an annual max membership. Listen to what David just wrote. I'm going to show you what David just wrote. That's awesome. David, thanks, Matt. I'll be joining solo Amazon and taking those profits to roll into an annual max membership. I love that mindset. Start here. This shows you how weak at marketing I am. I didn't even expect to talk about this stuff, but you know what? I'll open up I'll tell Susie as soon as I get off the brief here to open up Monday's solo Amazon at 3:00 again with a free trade brief here. But I would buy it now. Why? So you can get in there and start looking at the trades. Yeah, one more time, go.topgunoptions.com. It's really easy to remember. Go.topgunoptions.com/solo. Not Han Solo, the movie, the regular one. So, Miro, yes, you should be able to. You should be able to. You can always call your broker. I'm not your broker, can't give you investment advice, but the easiest thing to do is pick up the phone and call them and double check, but I'm fairly certain you can. Sandeep, Wiz, Amazon earnings coming up and Amazon may fall. Sandeep, Amazon earnings coming up and may rise. Welcome to Welcome to a market. How do you know it's going to fall? How do I know it's going to rise? Exactly. Join the service. We have a lot to talk about on Monday. There's Republican senators lighting the president up today. Why? Because the president yesterday lit up Amazon. I'm going to take a look into them getting the Jedi contract. I don't. Shut up, Mr. President. Stop talking. Can't stand him when he overtalks sometimes. I might support the guy in the other areas. He's an idiot sometimes too. So if they get that Jedi contract, man, it is going on. Sandeep, but you have the July 26 expiry for the 2060 strike. I do, Sandeep. You got to become a member, man. You ask a lot of good questions, but guess what I'm doing here? What did I say about the short calls? I said, do not hold Sandeep, if you were a member, you'd be in here and you would have read this. New front month short call. I would not hold through earnings. Sandeep, you need to become a member and you need to get on board and start reading stuff, because I guarantee every question you could ask, I've already either answered or I'm failing. New front month short call. I would not hold through earnings. Understood? So my short calls, ladies and gentlemen, from Monday are already up $1,500. There is almost a full throttle defensive annual membership. They could potentially make $2,800 by next Friday, but I'm not. I'm going to close them Wednesday, most likely. And every second that I just talked to you about these short calls, I made money. How? Theta, time decay. I sold those calls. I make money on Theta. So we're having a good time, man. Having a blast trading solo Amazon. It's a good question, but obviously I know that there aren't. I'm going to teach you all this stuff. You can still place a trade that expires after earnings and close it before, right? Or, Sandeep, how about between now and next Friday, Amazon goes down a little bit more? I might hold those calls because Amazon rarely moves, like 5-6% after earnings. So I'm going to teach you all this stuff, man. Love it. Good stuff. All right, solo Amazon. We did one of these like a couple weeks ago. We only take a max of 200 in that service because I like being in Go Monday afternoon. Unfortunately, if all you guys sign up for a free one, it'll be in Go to training. Usually we're in the other one so we can see each other's chat, because it kind of sucks having all this. Hold on. All right. So, and no, you know what? I'll send out an email for folks to register for Monday's free session. Can we now place the Amazon trade? Yep. Sandeep, the answer is Sandeep. I'm giving like private coaching here. You got to become a member, man, and you'll find out what I would do with Amazon. Okay. That's it, man. That's enough of the free stuff, except I'll do a Monday solo Amazon brief. I would get that slot now, because now my phone's buzzing like crazy for solo Amazon. We will limit this at 200. Like I said, we want to do this in Go to training so you guys can all see each other's chat. I hate doing these things in Go to webinar because I have to sit here and stare at the comments flying all over the place. We only take 50 in the full throttle, folks, because I don't like a zoo. I can't stand. It's great having all these people in here, a couple 500-600 people in here, but it's crazy. I don't do this. We're not a meat market where we just pack people in a room like sausages and you don't get your questions answered and you can't interact with me or whatever. So we should be done. I think we're done with full throttle. I think we're full. And then maybe you can get in the solo Amazon. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Yep. One more time. The link to get into solo Amazon is right here. go.topgunoptions.com/solo. Get on board, ladies and gentlemen, with solo Amazon and get in there and watch Monday's replay now. Do it. Go buy it. 97. It's literally, if it's your last $97, you shouldn't be doing this, period. But I don't jokingly say I'm going to go out to dinner tonight. I guarantee you the bottle of wine that I buy is going to be $97 or more. So if you can't afford a bottle of wine to maybe make 75 to 100 grand in one trade, please don't do it. I don't want this to be your last $97 bucks. So, But you're welcome. Absolutely, man. This was a long week. This is a lot of work for me because it's a lot of extra people. I send out the stupid marketing emails and stuff like this. I'm one of those guys that I don't like the marketing because I personally think it speaks for itself. And then I've kind of shown you some testimonials or case studies throughout the week. And your fellow future members have done what? They've gotten in here and told you how they're doing on their own. So, you know, Steven, it depends. I have people with accounts smaller than that trading solo Amazon because they trade XLY instead. Folks, look, remember, the reason we trade XLY is because it's an ETF and it's what? 25% Amazon. Does anybody know what this chart looks like? This is the XLY, the consumer discretionary. What does that chart look like? That chart, the green line is Amazon. So XLY is a good proxy for Amazon. So people with smaller accounts, Steve, trade the XLY. So we do both. And you'll see on the member page here. Go over here. Go into solo Amazon and look at the XLY trades. We have a base trade in XLY out to the future, right? What strikes is it? I forget. Down here. That's the bear call spread. There's an Amazon. Look at this. We did a base trade on Amazon back in June at the 1880 strike. I think this trade's up about 15 grand in a month. Jesus. This is good stuff. Well, you guys can get in here and run around on your own and go find out where it is. Thanks, Wiz. I'm older and traveling more with the wife, so would like to do the solo Amazon since I'm letting your annual. I have to stay with you because I enjoy your commentary. Thanks for all you do. You bet, Doyle. Give Susie a call and she'll hook you up with whatever you need to do. Or just you don't need to call her. Actually, just do it on the page here. Doyle, I recommend doing the annual solo Amazon annual so you can get a 25% discount. Right? If you do 12 months at $97. Thanks. That's another bottle of wine for me. I'd rather you save some money with the just doing the annual out of the gate. Make sense? All right, guys. Industry leading, full throttle. I opened up the doors. Now go to some of my competitors and ask them, hey, when's your next week of live full trading that I can open? I saw one dude charges like $500 when he opens up his doors. Shit, maybe I might be in the wrong business here, man. I'm doing it wrong. So. Okay, yeah, then you can give her a call, Doyle. She'll hook you up. You bet, Jim. All right, guys, that's me. I'm Wiz. This is Top Gun Options. I showed you underneath the hood. If you like it, great. If not, maybe I'll see you guys in October. You too, Tamara. Have a great weekend. Hope you're feeling better, and we'll be good to go. We'll get airborne Monday afternoon and weekly options with or without you, and then maybe, like I said, I'll tell Susie to open up the go to webinar for solo Amazon so you guys can see what we do there. Before I leave, there you go, man. There's $2,000. This trade's up 92% since Monday. I just paid for a annual defensive membership since Monday. Right? You got it, Harry. I'm going to keep printing that green. All right. If you didn't get your full throttle slot, maybe I'll see you in the fall, in October or something like that when hockey season starts. Right, Matthew? Yep. Go Marines. All right. Have a great rest of your day, folks. I'll see many of you Monday in the weekly options brief, and then I will. I'll see the public. This is the last time we're gonna deal with the unwashed masses, so to speak, in solo Amazon on Monday, since it is a separate service. If you are a full throttle member, you are not in solo Amazon. Separate service. It's different work out of me and stuff like that. So you have to go. You got to join solo Amazon if you want that because it's not part of full throttle. Everybody understand that? Good. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. And yeah, exactly, Harry. There's no kneeling. Nobody takes a knee on the hockey rink, man, because maybe it's slippery. All right, guys. God bless, and I'll see you Monday. Welcome aboard to all of our new members. We'll see you.